Welcome to the weekly wrap up. This is the simple wrap up of the weekly stories, the top 10 stories that we present for you all week long inside of the Conversation Projects, things you might have heard broadcast Monday through Friday, and give you the pure essence of what you guys like. The top 10 stories per your engagement going forward, plus a little bit of context going forward. Trying something new here, a little bit pithy, a little speed stuff. We're having another podcast, another video cast that's called the Stories of the Week. Breaking out of that other story of the week. We'll go through 5 to 6 stories of the week with more detail. This one, very quick run through of the top 10 stories for accountability. So you know what's going through here. So we're going to do a lot less commentary going forward. We still have ads, still have promotions, but lots less commentary going forward from now on. Make sure you go to our website. This is theconversationproject.com for more details on how we do this stuff all week long, including shortcuts and hot takes and things or other news hits. And also remind you to email us when you feel it at the conversation inbox@gmail.com for your details, and we'll get more promotions towards the end of the vehicle. So let's get into the hits right now as quickly as we can. Starting off with the story at number 10 for this weekend, the week ending April the 6th, 2024. That headline reads, Truth Social owner Trump Media sues 2 former apprentices seeking to wipe out their shares. Andy Dean Latisky and Wes Moore, 2 former contestants on The Apprentice, actually helped give Truth Social off the bat. But now the Trump media is trying to sue them to get rid of their shares, saying that they screwed the whole thing up. This story is one we actually talked about on a Thursday morning, a Wednesday posted story. The story at number 9 for this week, headline reads, Report says scrap Euphoria season 3 scripts regulated, that's in quotes, Zendaya's role to a background character, leaving her HBO execs unsatisfied. Another quote. We did not actually report on this one. This one we posted on the weekend for Saturday, so it lasts a long time. But this is one of the big deal about Euphoria, which we talked about a few weeks back, being delayed. Apparently, the execs at HBO didn't like the fact that the character played by Zendaya is now playing backup. They want her more profoundly, and they're going to fix it because they pay the bills. The story at number 8 this week, headline reads, Chance Perdomo, star of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina and Gen V, dies in motorcycle crash at 27. The young man died in a tragic accident this week, which is going to delay the production for Gen V, the next version of that one. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family and all those who know him and loved him. Next story, number 7, another thoughts and prayers, unfortunately. Number 7 is ex-NFL's cornerback Vontae Davis found dead at age 35. Click the link in the description, go deeper into the story. A very sad story, a very beloved character by players, fans alike. This is one story we did cover this week inside of the Conversation Projects, things you might have heard. Had this one on as a Tuesday morning story. More Truth Social, which was kind of weird. The story we had at number 10, we posted first. This story we posted second because it came out later in the day. It was a bit more prominent. The headline for this one reads, 2 brothers who helped found Trump Media Company plead guilty to insider trading. So the Trump company is trying to get rid of 2 people they think that helped devaluate the company. Meanwhile, 2 people they thought helped make the company bigger, who actually did take money from the company, just pleaded guilty, and they're going to go to jail. Pretty sure of that one. This is a story that we love so much. Dolly Parton blesses Beyonce's Jolene cover. This is that hussy with the blonde hair, with the good hair, while she's at it. This story was the top story we had in our Facebook engagement this week, and this story at number 5 this week. We obviously talked a whole bunch about this, and Dolly Parton was so upbeat about the Jolene single that she had to hype up 2 singles. One, listen to Beyonce's, then listen to mine, listen to Beyonce's again, then go ahead and listen to mine again, then go keep listening to Beyonce because it's wonderful. It's much love to get support from people that you look up to. Beyonce getting support from Dolly Parton for this venture. Most people very happy with the album. Some not so much. At number 4 this week, the headline for that story reads, Basketball Twitter is baffled by the Washington Post Kim Mulkey hit piece, which turned out to not be a hit piece at all. This story we did talk about as well, posted on Sunday on the Monday Morning Story. We go deeper in this one in the stories of the week and went really deep into it when we talked about it. So the short answer is this is a 2-year-old article that was in the works. They asked for Mulkey to give some sort of comments. She didn't. She said it was going to be a hit piece, so look out for it. It actually was pretty much the life and times of Kim Mulkey. So sometimes you project things that you don't want to project. Number three headline changed on us. Headline for the story that we posted on Tuesday and we talked about Wednesday morning. Basketball Twitter, the headline is Bronny James expected to leave USC, enter NCAA transfer portal. And that brought up whole speculations on where Bronny could go next. Although speculation got really big yesterday, we taped this on Saturday mornings, where we actually found out that Bronny James is in the transfer portal. And that's a second option if he doesn't like what happens as a member of the NBA draft class. They say it's a weak class, so maybe Bronny can get a good spot, and he's probably going to the Lakers. We shall see. Story number two, one of the biggest stories of the week, and this is a really big deal for the story. Strong earthquake shakes Taiwan, damaging buildings and causing a tsunami. This happened on Tuesdays. We posted Tuesday, talked about it Wednesday morning. And right now, the death toll is about 9 or 10 total in the actual big quake, which is a good thing. The 7.4 magnitude earthquake, which happened on the first time of that magnitude in 25 years, causing many issues for the nation of Taiwan. Yes, we had an earthquake in New York City or in New Jersey, and it was something. But it wasn't quite this. And this is not getting much of the response from the world. And many people are speaking out on that one. So yes, the New Jersey earthquake is an issue, but they'll need a lot of help coming out of this one in Taiwan. And now, we're still going to do a quick pause for the top story this week. Tell you a bit of the numbers in this one. This story not only is a top Twitter story this week, or X story this week, this story is pretty hefty. It is more engaging than the previous story about the Taiwanese earthquake by 7.66%, and more engaging than the number 10 story about the first Truth Media story, that one by 343%. This story garnered all of 7%, 8% basically of all the engagement of all week, and it is with a headline that reads, and it's a doozy. Not a nice one, but a doozy. The headline for this story reads, Chiefs player Rashid Rice is cooperating with police after sports car crash in Dallas, attorneys say. A sports car crash happened past weekend, and Rashid Rice basically turned himself in on Monday and started cooperating. What we know is he's essentially responsible for this car crash, and it's a very much bigger story than it ought to be. Check out the link in the description or wherever you see we have gone there. Go deeper into the story because we're doing speed round things now, but this is not a nice, easy, simple story to cover. It is what it is, though. And we still need to do ads. So this also is what it is. Ground News is a great app for you to have on your phone. It's a great app for you to have on your phone because I'm assuming you're watching this thing. It's a newscast, and news is what you're into. If you're willing to go to the links that we do to get news and get more news and more detailed news, then you'll probably be willing to go to the links to check out Ground News. And it's not very much. You put the app on your phone and you just check it out every couple of hours and see what's going on being reported. Stories that you will like will be there, obviously, but stories you won't like will probably be there. And you'll see them promptly showing it why you don't like them. They have a feature called a blind side feature that shows stories that are only being reported by basically certain perspectives. It's like more of the red side is showing it, no one on the blue side is showing it. It's there. It takes all the news sources out there you can get a story from and gives you a link to basically that story, that topic with all the links, and tells you who's covering it the most. If Newsmax has a big bunch on it, then you know that it is a big red story. If it's all over the MSNBC, it's all blue and all left. And sometimes you find out things really aren't being covered as well as you think they are, and you think, hey, this should be a big deal. And you look and see no one is covering it. You can find that detail, find that granularity of who's covering news by going to Ground News, and you use our link. We get a cut as an affiliate link. We get a small commission for you engaging in the stories on your phone as you do the app on your phone. This is theconversationproject.com/ground news. This is theconversationproject.com/ground news. One more time with feeling. This is theconversationproject.com/ground news. Check it out today and get more informed. We use Ground News to help us aggregate our stories and help get ahead on what stories we're picking. Sometimes we see a headline that's trending, we don't understand it, and we'll go to Ground News and see how it's being covered and say, yeah, we do need to cover this one. Or sometimes like, no, this one really doesn't seem to be getting any traction. You can do that on your own news gathering with Ground News. Now, a very quick moment to continue to promote us. Conversation Project lives online at this. It's theconversationproject.com. Check out our website for links to the feeds, Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/this is Conversation Project, and twitter.com/th_conversation. As you go through the feeds, you'll see news stories, headlines like you saw here. You engaged in those stories, and your engagement gave us a top 10 score for the week. All you have to do is look at what's in there in the feeds and like, love, hate, share, do what you need to do to give it love or hate that it needs to get. We'll tabulate them and all week long give you a kind of idea what's hot in the daily show, which is, of course, this things you might not have heard. And of course, the weekly wrap up will give you the top 10 pure stories as it is. There you go, going forward. Also, check out the link for links to other forms of this, audio for video or video for audio. They'll get the links in a newsletter form as well. Also find out why to find our short takes. And if you deem us worthy and could help us get things going, check out the partnerships page for partnership information, how to partner up with us to do grand things, grander, if you will. So that is it. That's all we got for this week. I think we did a pretty good job making this thing work for this week. We went to take a quick look to put up on the slide. Our partners are listed. So if you're watching the video, you can see partners listing that are helping us out here. If you want to be a partner, like we said, go to the partnership page at our website, help us out. And we have a shout out this week, a $2 holler shout out. On Tuesday, we open up the floodgates for people to send me $2 via Venmo and not Snapchat, Venmo and Cash App. And Sharon G is back again, and she's a baseball fan. Shouting out the baseball season, loving the Cardinals because she's from Arkansas and Arkansas is like the Cardinals. It is what it is. And she is hyped up for the new baseball season now in full swing here in the States, not just playing out in South Korea and whatnot. So thank you so much, Sharon, for giving us that $2. You can check that out if you watch things you might have heard on Tuesdays for the opening for $2 Holler Tuesday. Quick reminder. The Conversation Project lives online at theconversationproject.com. Our email address is theconversationinbox@gmail.com. And the feeds, it says Twitter, but it's X. Facebook.com/thisistheconversationproject. Twitter.com, x.com/th_conversation. Find those feeds, and every 50 minutes or so, you get a news headline to engage in all day, all night. This has been the weekly wrap up for the week ending April the 6th, 2024. My name is still Jacob Payne, and I am so glad to be a part of the festivities for you here. Let me know how you enjoyed this new speed round of things. If it's going well, we'll do our best. Every time I try to speed things up, I get back into a slow down mode. So if you tell me this is good, we'll keep doing more of this one and going forward. Plus, listen for or watch for, based on how you're working this, the Stories of the Week podcast, which is now a bunch of these stories that we covered with some more detail, but in smaller versions. Not a full 20-minute deep dive into the stories, but 3 to 4 minutes going deep into the stories as they progress throughout the week. Some of them changed. The Bronny James story literally changed late yesterday, which is odd because I missed that whole story all day yesterday. I could have posted that and it could have maybe been in for the thing. But here we go. We are done. Make sure you stay limber, hydrated, and on task for all the things going out there in your world, because you need to be in your world. We need you in our world and your world as well. Love you, mean it. Follow us on the feeds. Follow us on our website. Check out us for possible sponsorships and partnerships. And keep engaging in the stories. We'll find out what stories are 10 top stories per your engagement again next week. So we'll see you in 7 days.